What if the betrayal you felt was never truly hers to give? What if the woman who looked you in the eyes and swore she wanted loyalty was not the one who walked away? Sigmund Freud spent his life probing the hidden forces behind human behavior, and what he found was unsettling. Beneath the words, beneath the smiles, beneath the promises lies something deeper, a current that moves her even when she believes she's choosing freely. And once you see it clearly, you stop blaming yourself and begin to think like a man who cannot be broken. You've lived this before. She seemed different, intelligent, calm, steady in her words. I want honesty. I want respect. I'm not like the others. She told you with unwavering eyes, and you believed her. You gave her your focus, your time, your loyalty. You let her see the side of yourself that is hidden from most of the world. The tender, unguarded man beneath the armor. She held your hand like it meant something. She swore she had never felt this way before. And then, without warning, she changed. The replies grew shorter. Her warmth turned cool. Her voice sounded distant, until one day there was only silence. No explanation, no argument, just absence. In that silence, you questioned everything. You replayed the texts, the conversations, the nights together, looking for the mistake. But Freud's answer was different from the one you searched for. She did not choose to leave. Her unconscious did. Her conscious mind longs for love, peace, security. But the shadow beneath longs for something older, risk, chaos, the familiar sting of wounds carried from childhood. When that hidden voice grows louder than her promises, she vanishes, and not even she knows why. This is not about condemnation, it is about recognition. Because if you keep believing every word that leaves her mouth is truth, you will continue to place your heart in the hands of a voice that does not hold the power. Freud warned us plainly. We are lived by unknown forces. What she says she wants and what her instincts demand are not the same. She believes she wants loyalty. Yet in the dark recesses of her unconscious, something else whispers. And when that whisper becomes a command, she disappears. Not from you, but into herself. And here lies the brutal realization. She did not lie to you. She lied to herself first. Her conscious desire spoke of permanence, but her unconscious desire sought escape. This is why men are left broken, pacing the ruins of what felt so certain. They don't see the hand that truly moved the pieces. Freud's most dangerous insight was not about sex, but about control, or rather, the lack of it. He argued that the unconscious directs nearly everything we do, while the conscious mind lags behind, inventing reasons after the fact. 90% of our behavior, he said, is decided by forces we do not see. And when it comes to women, those unseen forces carry even greater weight, because much of their identity is shaped by shame, the fear of how others perceive them. Unlike men, who tend to punish themselves with guilt when they falter, women fear the judgment of the group. So while a man's compass points inward, a woman's survival instinct points outward. That is why what she says and what she does so often diverge. Imagine her across the table from you, laughing, eyes glowing, hand resting gently on your arm. In that moment, the intimacy feels genuine, and to her conscious mind, it is. But only days later, the warmth is gone, and you are left staring into silence. To you, it feels like deceit. To her, it feels like truth that has shifted. She does not know why her affection has cooled, only that it has. Freud's lens reveals the hidden culprit. Biology. Modern science echoes this. A woman's hormones change dramatically across her monthly cycle. During ovulation, when she is most fertile, she becomes more confident, open, flirtatious, and attuned to masculine energy. But in the days of menstruation, she may feel irritable, withdrawn, or distant. What seemed perfect one week feels unbearable the next. And here is the cruel twist. She doesn't perceive these shifts as biology. She interprets them as something wrong with you, or with the relationship. So she might say, I don't feel the spark, or I thought I wanted this, but I don't. In truth, it wasn't her mind that chose, but her body. This is why men who try to decode every word, every tone, every silence always end up confused. You are wrestling not with a fixed mind, but with a fluctuating body. Her conscious desire speaks of stability. Her unconscious desire chases the unpredictable rhythm of her biology. It is not personal. Though it feels like betrayal, you are not competing with another man. You are contending with ancient forces that live inside her. Freud pointed to what he called the mother complex. He believed that many men seek out in women the same approval, punishment, or conditional love they receive from their mothers. If your mother withheld affection when you disappointed her, or rewarded you only when you obeyed, you may unconsciously tolerate emotional manipulation in women. To become a man, Freud warned, you must sever the emotional bond with your mother. Most never do. And so the cycle repeats. Men drawn to women who mirror the very wounds they swore they would never relive. But it is not only men who are bound by these invisible chains. Women, too, carry silent wounds from early life. The fear of abandonment, the ache of being overlooked, the sting of shame. These take root in the unconscious and shape how she loves. She may speak of forever, but her instincts remind her of endings. She may dream of peace, yet her body craves the chaos it remembers. This tension between what is spoken and what is lived is why her promises feel real yet collapse without warning. The more you try to reconcile her words with her actions, the more lost you become, because you are searching in the wrong place. The truth of her love is not written in what she says. It is written in what her instincts do. Freud believed that inside every woman there are two selves. One is the woman she shows to the world. Kind, sweet, attentive. The one who mirrors back the image of love that society approves. She smiles. She listens. She says she wants honesty and loyalty. This is the side most men fall for. The one that seems stable and trustworthy. But beneath that surface lives another woman. One she often hides not only from you, but from herself. This inner woman is primal, unpredictable, drawn toward danger as much as comfort. She is the one who feels restless when things are too safe, who hungers for power when she is given only peace. You have seen this duality. The quiet girl who writes secret fantasies darker than her soft exterior suggests. The strong feminist who still feels magnetized by the man who treats her coldly. The loyal girlfriend who, in private, dreams of surrendering to the very chaos she claims to despise. Freud would not have called this evil. He would have called it human. Because what the conscious mind suppresses does not disappear. It grows in silence until it bursts forth as an inexplicable choice. An act she herself cannot explain. This is why men watch in disbelief as women fall for men who hurt them. She cries over the man who cheats, who vanishes and reappears at will. She tells herself, "And you, I deserve better." Yet when you arrive, steady, caring, transparent, she looks at you and says, "I just don't feel the spark." It makes no sense to you, but to her nervous system, it makes perfect sense. For years, she was conditioned by the cycle of chaos, fights, reconciliations, tears, passion. That cycle flooded her body with chemicals, dopamine from unpredictability, cortisol from stress, oxytocin from fleeting moments of closeness. Her biology was trained to crave the roller coaster. You offer her calm, you offer her certainty. But safety does not flood her system with those highs and lows. So though you give her everything she claims she wants, her unconscious registers something missing, the chaos that once felt like love, and she pulls away. Not because you failed, but because her instincts are addicted to a different rhythm. This is why the so-called dark triad traits, narcissism, Machiavellian cunning, and psychopathic composure, have always had a strange allure. Freud noticed long before these terms became popular that women gravitated toward men who projected unshakable power. These men were not desirable simply because they were cruel or reckless. They were desirable because, in the ancient world, they survived. They led, they fought, they provided. Deep in her unconscious, a woman still reads these signals as strength. Even as her conscious mind insists she wants kindness and peace, another part of her is drawn to the man who can withhold, dominate, and endure. And so the contradiction deepens. The woman who swears she is tired of games still needs them to feel alive. The one who begs for peace may find peace unbearable. The one who praises your loyalty may secretly resent the ease with which she can predict you. This is the hidden battle between the two women within her. The one who longs for comfort and the one who is restless for danger. And unless you understand this conflict, you will always mistake her withdrawal as a judgment on you, when in truth, it is a reflection of the struggle inside her. So what can a man do in the face of this hidden conflict? Is he doomed to lose, no matter how much love he gives? Freud's unspoken answer was no, but the solution was never to play harder at her game. It was to step outside of it, because the moment you stop tying your worth to her shifting desires is the moment you become untouchable. Her unconscious may pull her toward chaos, but you no longer need to follow. There are 3 truths Freud hinted at in his private writings, lessons that every man must learn if he wants to stop being broken by the unconscious. The first is simple: want less, and you will gain more. When you show need, she senses weakness. Desire without desperation is strength. The man who can walk away at any moment holds power over the man who cannot. The second is silence. Women say they want honesty, but mystery is what stirs their instincts. If you explain yourself endlessly, you shrink in her eyes. The man who can stay quiet, who lets her sit in uncertainty, awakens emotions she cannot control. And the third is this: see her darkness without fear. Every woman carries shadows she hides. If you flinch when they emerge, she loses respect. But if you can face them calmly, when she lies, when she tests, when she withdraws, and not lose yourself, then for the first time, she knows she has met a man she cannot break. This is not about cruelty. It is about sovereignty. To be the man she respects, you must become the man who does not collapse when she withdraws her affection. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Freud would have agreed. You cannot control the instincts that move inside her, but you can master the way you respond. And when you do, you cease to be at the mercy of her unconscious. You begin to live by your own. Understand this, and betrayal no longer destroys you. Ghosting no longer confuses you. Hot and cold behavior no longer shakes you. You see it for what it is: her biology, her history, her shadow. You stop taking it as proof that you are not enough, because it was never about you. And once you see this, you are free. So the question is not whether she changes, but whether you will. Whether you will keep trying to win a game designed to keep you weak, or whether you will step outside of it and play by your own rules. The man who does the latter is the one she cannot manipulate, the one she respects even when she resists him, the one who stands tall no matter what storm comes. That is the man Freud believed every male could become, the man who sees the truth and cannot be broken by it. If this spoke to you, then carry it with you, not as bitterness, but as clarity. And if even part of what you've heard resonates, then stay with this channel, because the journey does not end here. There are deeper codes hidden in human behavior, truths buried by society, and lessons from the greatest thinkers who saw what most are too afraid to face. Subscribe now, because what we reveal here will not only expose the forces pulling your life without your consent, it will show you how to take that power back. Do not miss it.